the number one thing that I hear from people who are so ready to start selling digital products, but who haven't started yet, is that they don't know what to sell. Across the board, that is the number one problem that I hear from the most people. But I want to tell you today, I want to give you in this video how you can just start creating it and get out of this analysis paralysis. And the biggest thing that I'm going to tell you is that creating an imperfect product is the absolute best way to just start. So what I'm going to help you with today is, number one, brainstorming some ideas for your first digital products and how to really just get out of that analysis paralysis and use something like ChatGPT. I'm going to give you a prompt that you can use with ChatGPT to help you start brainstorming some ideas. And it's very simple. And this is something that I hear a lot of creators, successful creators talk about. And this is a huge lesson that I have learned in this last year, especially. Just starting imperfectly is the absolute best way to move toward success long term. And again, I have struggled with this so severely because I am a perfectionist. I'm the kind of person who will overanalyze and analyze and overthink it to the maximum. And I will not launch something. I'm getting over this now, but I will not want to launch something unless I know that it's absolutely perfect. But let me tell you from experience, if you try to create something perfect before making $1, your business is going to go under faster than it grows. And again, I experienced this firsthand because every product that I have sold, I have wanted to make it perfect from the start. And this is a lesson that I wish somebody had just slapped me with way back in the beginning, but I didn't know what I was doing. And so I spent weeks or like months creating a product without bringing in a single dollar, when what I should have done was do my best and put something out that I at least know will help somebody solve a problem, and then just make it better. Get their feedback, improve it, and then charge more and just keep growing. My first product, I don't even know if y'all know, like the very first thing I sold wasn't even a product that I created. This is not how I would recommend starting a business, but it's how I got into it and I had to learn the hard way. But I started selling a product somebody else created. I had no idea how to create a digital product. I was earning money through affiliate commissions, and I realized really, really quickly, because I almost lost my business, I realized very quickly that if I wanted to make this work long term, I needed to start creating and selling my own products. So as soon as I got hit with that, it was like, oh, I don't know how to create and sell a digital product. Like, what in the world would somebody want to buy from me? I'm not good at anything. I know a little bit about a lot of things, but how do I create a product that people actually want to buy from me? Let me just tell you too, this is another thing that you need to realize right now, is that the first product you sell is not going to be the product that you sell forever. You are going to learn what people want. You're going to learn how to make it better. You're going to retire your first product. The goal with a first product, though, is just to make your first dollar, $10, $100 online. Because once you earn that first dollar, you realize it's like this shift, it's like this click, and you're like, holy crap, I just made money online. I can do this. So I think that a lot of people hear creators who are like, hey, let's make, and me included, I've said this, you want to make $3,000 or $5,000 online? This is how you do it. But then people hear that and they're like, how in the world do I create a product that people are willing to pay for that's going to make me $3,000 or $5,000 online? When what we should be saying and what you should be hearing, and this is probably a good lesson for me too, don't think about the 3,000, 5,000. Make that a goal, sure, but make your very first goal your first dollar. So how can you sell a product that's going to give you your first dollar? Don't try to sell like products that are, $250 right off the bat. Start small. Start with a low ticket product. My very first digital product was $19. It was a PDF and it was how to identify your target audience. And it wasn't a recording. It was literally like some information that I wrote based on what I kind of gathered from my own experience. And then it was a worksheet, and people were paying $19 for it because they needed help determining who their target audience was. Your first digital product does not have to be this giant, grand, huge course that's going to solve all of the problems. It just needs to solve one very small problem. If you can do that and charge $19 for a PDF, you're going to get your first sale and make your first $20 online. And then once you do that, it's like, okay, wow, all right, I can actually do this. And then from there, you scale it, make another sale and another sale and when you realize like maybe you do need to make some changes to it based on customer feedback, then you edit it You fix it, you make it better, you add to it, you charge more, you iterate upon it. Your first digital product needs to be imperfect. Launch it, because perfectionism is going to absolutely destroy your business before you even get it off the ground. Perfectionism has almost cost me my business several times in my first year of owning my business. And it's a really, really hard thing to get out of your brain, because I feel like so many of us are like, well, it has to be perfect. It's got to be amazing. I can't have any issues. What I would say, let your product be imperfect, but let your customer service be perfect. If people spend $19, they're kind of like, all right, well, that wasn't the best, but I'm fine. But if they spend $19 and then they can't get a hold of you, or they can't get a hold of anybody to help them with any kind of issue, like accessing the product or having questions about the product, that's when they start getting upset. Create the product. Let it be imperfect. Make sure that your customer service is perfect. Stay on top of that, and you're going to be 100% fine. But on that vein, I also want to share some ways that you can use AI, ChatGPT, Google Gemini to help you brainstorm some product ideas. And this is going to be really important. What I'm going to do is read this prompt to you. And I had Google Gemini help me write this prompt for a specific niche, for a specific audience. And I'm going to tell you why this prompt works so well. And I want you to take the same framework and put it into ChatGPT or Google Gemini to help you brainstorm your first product idea. Here's the prompt. I'm looking to create a low-ticket digital product for new moms who are feeling overwhelmed and exhausted in the first few months after giving birth. I want to help them establish healthy routines, prioritize self-care, and regain a sense of control amidst the chaos of newborn life. Specifically, I'm interested in creating something that is easily accessible and can provide immediate support, such as a downloadable workbook with daily checklists or journaling prompts for reflection and simple mindfulness exercises. Could you suggest some digital product ideas that address this specific need, taking into account current market demand and popular solutions? I'm particularly interested in ideas that incorporate elements of time management, stress reduction techniques, and self-care strategies specifically tailored to the postpartum period. This is very detailed. And when you feed these prompts to ChatGPT or Google Gemini, it needs to be very, very detailed. So what you would do in order to use this prompt for yourself is take everything except the new moms who are feeling overwhelmed and exhausted in the first few months after giving birth. And there is where you would insert your target audience. Millennials who are between the ages of 26 and 40 years old, who are tired of working a full-time job and want to be able to make some money online and potentially replace their full-time income. That would be your target audience. And then instead of, I want to help them establish healthy routines, prioritize self-care, and regain a sense of control amidst the chaos of newborn life, if your target audience was millennials who want to potentially replace their full-time income, you would say, I want to help them earn additional income online without having to get a second job or a second boss, learn how to gain financial and time freedom, and maybe learn how to monetize their passions using free or inexpensive programs that are available online. And so you want to just be really specific about who you're trying to help and what you're trying to help them do when you use this prompt for your own product ideas. And the reason this prompt works so well is because it clearly defines the target audience, who are new moms in the early postpartum period, the first 2 months. It specifies the problem they're dealing with: overwhelm, exhaustion, lack of control, and it outlines the desired outcomes for them, which are establishing routines, prioritizing self-care, feeling more in control. This prompt will also help you suggest potential formats for your digital product so you know what to do when you're creating it. Downloadable workbook, checklists, journaling prompts, mindfulness exercises, and it also highlights the key themes, which are time management, stress reduction, self-care. But most importantly, too, it encourages market-driven suggestions. That's what you want. You don't want a product idea that people aren't necessarily interested in. So use the power of AI to do some market research for you. Ask it for ideas that are based on demand and popular solutions so it can kind of scan the internet, see what people are interested in, see what new moms are interested in reading and using, and let AI do some of this heavy lifting for you. But do not let AI create the product for you. That's really important. People need to know your expertise, where you come from, your particular stance on something. That's what people want. They don't want some like regurgitated ChatGPT or AI nonsense that they can scan the internet for. They're here for you as a person and your personal solutions to these problems that they're dealing with. So what I want you to do when you're trying to figure out what products you need to sell are use resources that are free at your disposal to come up with these ideas. And so much of this analysis paralysis is literally just from you, because you think that it has to be perfect and it doesn't. My products, When I look back at my first products, they were rough and I still have them. And that's okay. People still bought it, but some of those people are still with me because I just made better products. I made better content. What you're watching right now is imperfection for the sake of progress. I wanted to start a YouTube account, but I've never done YouTube before. I put it off for this long because I had no idea how to make YouTube content. I don't have the tech for it. If you could see my desk right now, you're probably thinking like, that looks pretty good. I'm not going to show up as anything other than what I am. I worked out today. I have not put any makeup on. My hair is a mess. I'm still in the clothes that I worked out in this morning. But if I let myself get into this mindset of it has to be perfect, I would not have made this video today. I almost didn't make this video because I was like, I gotta wash my hair. I gotta put some lashes on. I gotta do my makeup. I need to make myself look decent. You have no idea how close I was to not making this video. But if I hadn't just done it, I wouldn't be moving forward. Something that we say within our team all the time is fail forward. Your first product might fail. If you get one sale, then you did great, but fail forward. Learn from what you did incorrectly or what you could have done better and do it again and perfect it. If you allow yourself to get stuck in analysis paralysis, one thing will happen that I know for absolute certainty. You won't go anywhere. Literally anywhere. You will still be in the position that you're in right now. You will still wonder what life would have been like if you had just started. You will wonder if you were any good at this, if you could have done it, and nothing's going to change. And I know that because I was there and I can speak to it because I had the same questions. The whole reason I even started this online business when I knew nothing about it is because I was so desperate. And I asked myself one question. I don't know why I remember this so clearly. It was almost 2 years ago. But I remember sitting there at my desk at home in my tiny bedroom. What happens to me, my life, my family, if I don't do it? Because I'm scared and I'm not perfect at it. And I just remember vividly thinking, nothing will happen. I will be stuck here. Nothing will change. I won't grow. I won't be better. My family won't be in a better position. And I'm not saying that that's the case for you, but I've actually found too that that same question has led me to make some of the best decisions and changes in my life. And what happens if I don't is nothing. And the last thing that I want is for nothing to change. So more than anything, when you're getting started with digital products and you're stuck because you don't know what to do, just do it. Let go of the fear of imperfection, as hard as it's going to be, and allow yourself to embrace this mindset of failing forward. The faster you fail, the faster you learn, and the faster you get better. The faster you fail, the faster you grow. And not that it's competition, but you are going to fail and grow so much faster than everybody else who is still stuck because they're worried about being imperfect. And believe me, there are a lot of people worried about being imperfect. So one more thing before we go, I want to give you some questions to ask yourself on top of the ChatGPT, Google Gemini prompt to use to come up with ideas for a digital product. If you're even unsure of what type of information you want to provide or who you're going to help, ask yourself these questions. And this is not something that you're going to answer immediately or really quickly, but I want you to answer these and really take some time to think about it. On top of that, I want you to take these 5 questions and go ask your closest friends and family what their responses would be considering you. And you do not want people who are going to tell you what you want to hear. You want people who will be honest with you. Honesty is incredibly important in this exercise. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose. Okay, so here are the 5 questions to ask yourself when trying to find out what type of digital product you're going to sell. And this is going to help inform the prompt that you use in AI to get it, to dig a little bit deeper. Number 1, what am I genuinely passionate about and knowledgeable in? Identify your areas of expertise or interests where you can confidently create valuable content and resources. Number 2, what specific problems can I help people solve? Think about the challenges or the pain points your target audience faces. What solutions can you offer through your digital products? Your products should provide clear value and they should address a real need in the market. Number 3, what type of digital products align with my skills and my resources? So consider your strengths and your limitations. Are you a skilled writer or designer or videographer? Are you really good at writing emails? Are you really good at client relations? Are you really good at HR stuff? Whatever it is, let your corporate experience inform your digital product business if that's the case. Some people are like, well, I don't have any hobbies. I'm not good at anything. Okay, well, what's your job? What have you been doing for the past 10, 15 years? What do people say that you're really good at within your job? Can you create a digital product around that knowledge and that expertise? Do you want to? If you don't, then let's talk about hobbies or passions. Number 4, what are other creators offering and how can I differentiate myself? So research existing products in that niche to understand the current market landscape. Identify opportunities to offer something unique or maybe provide a different perspective. This could involve focusing on a specific sub-niche, maybe offering a unique format, or providing exceptional customer service. And lastly, what is a low-priced offer that I can create to get started? Don't aim for perfection with your first product. And one thing that I would recommend doing as well is hosting a beta round of buyers for your first product. You can do this with your first couple of followers on Instagram. You can do this with friends and family if you want. But again, ask them to go through it as if they don't know you, as if they're buying this for themselves, and give very honest feedback. I do beta rounds for every single product that I launch. You can either do this for free or you can do it for a good discount because people don't value what they don't spend money on. So if you're doing it with followers on Instagram, I would offer a discount. If you're doing it with friends and family and you want their genuine feedback, give it to them for free. But in return for either free or discount, ask for specific feedback. Have questions prepared. Use ChatGPT, Gemini to get very detailed questions and send them to your first beta round of buyers to get that feedback from them. Once you get that feedback, implement any constructive criticism that they have into your product. Make it better. Revise it. Iterate upon it, and then launch it out for sales. This is going to be how you start your first product. These are like the steps. I was brand new and I was starting completely over. These are the exact steps that I would follow to launch my first imperfect digital product to make my first $10 online. All you need to focus on is making your first $10. If you can make your first $10, you can make your first 100. If you can make your first 100, you can make your first 1,000. That's how I want you to look at this, but it starts with literally $10, okay? That's where you're going to start. I want you to use the information that I gave you today to inform your brainstorming process, to use tools like AI to help you come up with this stuff so you're not spinning your wheels for no reason. Use this video and start creating your first product literally this evening. You can do that. If you want to get more information about how to start, how to scale, how to grow an online business, I would invite you to apply to my free school community below. This is by application, so there is no guarantee that you're going to get in. But if you get into this group, you're going to get access to a ton of high-level information that you won't find anywhere else. And a bunch of really cool, successful creators who are going to be a part of this journey with you and a part of this community. So make sure that you apply, and I'll talk to you later.